Okay, Billy Football. All right. Billy Football, explain who you are and how you got here.
Perfect. Well, number one, thank you so much for having me on. So my senior year of high school, I, William Cotter, was looking for an internship for the summer going into my freshman year playing football. In the spring, my high school usually sent people out to go get internships, so you wouldn't be around school and slacking off and doing stuff. So around that time, I'd been listening to Pardon My Take since the beginning of the show.
Heard of
I
it.
listened to it every day on the way to school. So I saw Hank tweeted out looking for a New York-based intern. So I sent in my resume, and Hank said, come in for an interview. And I was like, oh, this is so awesome. I never in my wildest dreams ever thought I'd be in content creation, ever. At that point, I was committed to play football at Williams College. I thought my life path would take a much different route. So I went in for the interview.
And there was a lot of you.
A lot.
And they run, for anybody who doesn't know, Pardon My Take runs a funny, unique interview process.
Exactly. It was very, when I first went to interview, there was about, I think like almost like 40 guys in a tiny room. And at that point I was like, oh, I can't wait just to get a picture with them. Hopefully, maybe not do anything that ends up in a video online, but it'd be a great story down the road. So went through the first interview with Hank, second interview with the guys. I honestly didn't really come too prepared for the interview because I honestly had, no idea that, what would happen. I was just myself. But, when I get in those situations, I sort of get a little goofy, which, in panic situations, 'cause it's a good way to deflect. And, that's what happened. And they emailed me 2 weeks later saying I got the job. And I went home from the second interview being like, I blew that one. But
What'd you do in the interview that you think got you hired?
Well, I didn't. I think they just saw that, out of everybody who came there, I wasn't trying too hard, number one, and two, I was just being more of myself and not trying to put on an act. But here I am now 4 years down the line. After I finished my internship that summer, I went on to go play college football, which was something I wanted to do my whole life. Looking back, a lot of people say that it was a stupid decision to even go to college and not just stay at Barstool. But
Williams is such a great school, though.
I know. So I sort of I hung in there. I'm going to get my degree this May.
Okay,
so,
virtually.
Yep.
Great.
I did
Congrats.
University of Phoenix for the last year.
Okay,
but
that's great. Just like Williams College.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and what did your internship entail?
So my internship was basically, the one thing I did propose in the interview was that I was able to get them in shape, diet and exercise. At that point in my life, that was something I was very confident in. As an 18-year-old with a super fast metabolism, I totally thought I could get
you
these
knew it
guys.
all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got them in shape. And if you do look at pictures from the summer of 2017, they do look like...
They looked great.
They looked amazing.
Yep.
So that was something I was tasked with. And I just, I figured out if I was just, showed my goofy side a lot, that was great for content. And that's sort of been my angle ever since. If
So
I
you
wasn't
come in here every day and you're just goofy and exercising.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's sort of, it's kind of fun because I'll, like, back when I was in, like, taking classes, I'd be in classes all day and just, like, learn about all sorts of stuff. I'm a political economy major. And then I just come in and do the podcast, and I'm just a goofball, and just like I can let loose.
Okay.
And just
You're Billy Football.
Yeah, use a side of me that my friends know, and the AWLs know.
Yeah.
So
now, do you think that you're going to be a content person? Like, what's your path now? How has your path changed?
So this is where I'm sort of, as of right now, I'm in the martial arts, boxing, which has been a nice excursion for this month. I'm off school. So,
University of Phoenix is off or Williams is off?
Williams is off. Yeah.
Okay.
I meant the online university.
Okay,
I'm still
okay.
taking online classes
Okay.
at Williams.
I thought you were really doing University of Phoenix.
No. But
that would be funny.
Since I haven't had classes, this has been, an awesome way to spend my January when most of my, friends.
This is like your Jan plan.
Yes.
I just sat in Maine and drank during my Jan plan, but go ahead.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay.
So, my plan in the future, I'll be doing shows while I'm trying to graduate remotely. I'll probably haven't really spoken to anyone about this, but I kind of want to take like a month off to graduate and stuff. If that's go on senior week, like
Okay, yeah,
graduate, do
you
regular
live the
college
life.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then come back, and then I'll be moved into the city, and hopefully, I don't know what, I kind of want to start here full time.
Oh,
if
you
that's
do?
okay, and coming every day.
Okay, Philly football. Okay.
Maybe this would be a great time to maybe discuss that future. But I think developing on the content side, I've being around it for such a long time. I think I definitely can sort of get into, once I'm here every day on an everyday basis, I'm gonna really start to jumpstart, where we've been targeting TikTok, Twitch, all the platforms that we need growth on. Pardon my take, I don't want to be a downer, but Big Cat and PFT are getting old. Hank is also getting old. I'm more,
You're younger.
I'm younger.
Great metabolism.
Yeah, great metabolism. I have, a little more of an understanding of the TikTok generation, of the Twitch generation than they do. So if I'm able to use my youth to my advantage and, pop culture and cunning, and sort of try to figure out how to expand the Part of My Take brand in those platforms as well as my own, hopefully just, to ensure, I think once I graduate, can really focus on becoming a content creator full time and whatnot. So
all right.
that's sort of my plan.
Okay.
And, if
what
it doesn't
do
work
you?
out,
Yeah, well, everybody will
if
know.
it doesn't work out, can I work upstairs on the
Yeah,
second
maybe
floor?
maybe use that poli-sci degree. That's like the easiest major in college. You shouldn't actually say that with pride.
Political economy.
But what does that mean?
It's economics and political science.
Like, what's the balance though?
The balance is heavy on economics.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
Like, yeah.
Are you good at math?
Yeah. I got a 34 on the ACT.
Really?
People don't know that.
Humble brag, Billy football.
Well, I've come to this point where, yes, I act like a goofball. No one actually thinks
Is
I'm
this I'm not a
hey,
meathead?
like,
That's
I'm
actually
Copus
the subject
Mentis.
of this episode. I'm not a meathead.
I'm Copus Mentis. So,
Okay. All right, wait. So what do you think it is that makes PFT and Hank and Big Cat and PMT so great?
It's that they're, number one, they don't take themselves seriously. They are, literally, at their core, they're amazing people. And that's what's totally different than anything out there. When I first started listening, these are guys who love football, love watching sports, just, having fun. And that's the beauty of, podcasting, because it really encapsulates a friend group and a conversation. It makes you feel enamored with the people you're around and within the discussion, and you feel a part of it. Like, everyone says you feel like, podcasters before, like, and then when you meet them, it's like, oh, like, I know so many of our inside jokes, but you have no idea who I am. And that was true in my case when I first met them. And that sort of magic is sort of hard to capture on any other platform.
That's a great way to put it.
And if you have an amazing, if you're just a great person, it just shows through. It always plays through. So, hopefully, honestly, Part of My Take provided me entertainment and was a constant in my life through high school, through like recruiting, through like college stuff. Like, I don't have any like, actual struggles, but to my 18-year-old self, Part of My Take was an escape. And it was amazing. And it, honestly, part of me doesn't really I'm not like getting followers and stuff. I know it's great for the the company, the brand, and we want growth, but I'm not sort of like, originally I never like thought I'd ever become a content creator.
You weren't in that game.
So
yeah.
I'm not like a clout chaser per se. I just, if other people get the same joy that I got and the escape that I got when I listened to Part of My Take,
that makes you happy.
That's kind of what I want to provide. And if I want to make that my career, like, I think that's way more just than, going into finance or going into some other. Yeah. Just because I had the opportunity to do so. Which
absolutely.
I'm not.
Okay, so Billy football. So flash forward, you are fighting in Rough and Rowdy. We are having Rough and Rowdy. I think it's Rough and Rowdy 13 this Friday night. So it's in West Virginia. We are going to be at the Hollywood Casino, and you are fighting Jose Conseco. So for people listening to this, I'll give a backdrop on Rough and Rowdy, and then you give a backdrop on why Big Cat and Jose Conseco hate each other and how we got here. So, all right, so Rough and Rowdy, Dave and Gaz had gone to Rough and Rowdy years ago. It was like one of the most legendary Barstool videos. Like, Dave was in a tuxedo. They were in West Virginia. they had one camera, which was Gaz, and they just showcased this circus of brawlers and ring girls and just mayhem and chaos. And I remember Dave and I were talking about it. We'd just gotten fired by ESPN. So we'd just gotten fired by ESPN, and Dave and I were like, we need to do something on our own. I know what we're going to do. We're going to do Rough and Rowdy. So Dave had gone in March of 2017, and we did another one night in West Virginia. It was amazing. I think Caleb and Roan went, and and the thing that's so funny about Rough and Rowdy is it's just so weird. Like, it's just a weird environment, and the dead air and the fighting and the characters, it just plays well, and Dave is genius at it. So we did a one-night pay-per-view. We stood the tech up with this piece of shit company out of the UK. It was a disaster. The whole thing was a disaster. But we loved it. People loved it. And then flash forward, we get fired from ESPN in October. And then we're like, okay, let's just buy Rough and Rowdy. Let's make this a thing. So we are now on our 13th event. We do 4 to 6 a year. It's I think it's like WWE meets parking lot fighting meets characters with no teeth, too many teeth, horses, hair, whips, chains, just ridiculous shit. But I think it's wildly entertaining. And then you put Robbie Fox, you put Dave Portnoy, you put Big Cat there.
Exactly.
We're adding Troops is going to be there this trip, which you didn't even know, which will be amazing.
It's awesome.
Which, for someone who covers Premier League, he'll either be like, this is the trashiest, worst thing ever, or it's amazing. So that's what's coming up tomorrow night. So tell us Jose Conseco and how we got here.
So A-Rod and Jose Conseco, way back when, had a little bit of a feud. There's talks, allegedly, Jose Conseco, former ex-wife, there was some sort of involvement with A-Rod and questions of infidelity on A-Rod's part to J-Lo, which Canseco voiced and repeatedly voiced he wanted to get into a boxing match with A-Rod. 2 years ago, Big Cat, who is a employee of A-Rod Corp, officially, came to his boss's defense in A-Rod and said, I would fight Jose Conseco at a Rough and Rowdy event, and he thinks he could have beat him. Fast forward to the present, December 21st, I want to say, Jose came at Big Cat on Twitter, posted videos and quotes of Big Cat saying he would want to get into a celebrity boxing match with Jose Conseco. Now, Big Cat probably in that moment was like, oh man, I'm going to have to eat my own words. But luckily, he had a asset in his intern to step up to the plate. And, honestly, it's a great opportunity for me. So why not do it?
Okay, so Jose Conseco wants to fight A-Rod, gets a supplement of Big Cat who punts it to his intern, and that's you. And tomorrow night you're fighting Jose Conseco.
Yeah, and
who's almost 60 years old.
True.
6 years old.
Yeah.
How tall is Jose Conseco?
He's 6'4". I think.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'4". I think we're gonna look eye to eye at the weigh-in. I'm not too concerned about the weight difference because a lot of that weight is non-functional muscle.
Okay, what is the weight difference?
The weight difference, I'm about a lean 215 right now.
Okay.
I was starting before training. I was about close to 230, but I've leaned out. Jose's claiming to be 270, but in his playing days, when he was even bigger than he was now, he was only 245.
Okay.
So I don't really believe the 270.
Okay.
If he shows up to the weigh-in and he's 270, honestly, at that point, it's not even an advantage to be that heavy.
Okay.
Because he still has to move all of that.
Down.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you're how old now?
I'm 22. Just
okay,
turned 22.
So we've got a 22-year-old fighting a 56-year-old former baseball star.
Yep.
Current, pardon my take, superstar intern. How do you think the fight's going to go? What's your prediction on it?
It's everyone, the one thing is the one, red herring, I guess, if you will, is they say that Jose has insane punch power. And that
really?
I'm going to get hit by the same power that he hit home runs 500 feet.
But that's your core. It's not your arms.
Right. And get, totally knocked out within the first 30 seconds. That just, isn't very realistic. And number one, Mike, he claims he has punch power to break ribs, to break wrists.
Mike Tyson. What's your punch power? Like, is this what's your superpower?
Yeah.
When people ask you at, like, a business conference, what's your punch power?
My punch power, I mean, it's gotten better with training. I've, a lot of it is technique, muscle, bodybuilders don't punch hard. Jose Conseco has just been training his muscles to be slow, push just to look big for the past how many years.
That's what makes those ripply big vein muscle things.
So he's got like slow twitch muscles. I've been focusing on making my hands explosive the past 2 months. I did have some boxing training when I was much younger. When I was like in early middle school, I went to a Gold Glove gym every Sunday because I was a very hyperactive kid. Yeah. So getting into the swing of things wasn't too
that hard.
That hard.
All right. So what do you think? You're gonna like get him in the first? Are you gonna knock him out?
When is this airing?
Tomorrow, Thursday.
I don't want to reveal the fight plan.
Okay, fine. Don't reveal that.
You
have a fight plan.
I have a very. I'll just say. Jose thinks that you can't use conditioning to your advantage in 3 minutes because it's so short.
Okay, you disagree. 3 minutes is an awfully long time.
Right. In 3 1-minute rounds, he doesn't think that he will get tired. The thing is, you can really use conditioning if I don't want to.
We'll just stick that you have a fight plan. Yeah. Okay, great. Do you have a walk-on song?
Yes.
Are you comfortable saying what it is or
yes.
No? What is it?
God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash.
Okay, great. Love it. What's your outfit going to be?
I'm just going to go out in shorts. I need to figure out, I have a jumpsuit that I'm going to wear. But the thing is, when you go out to the ring, you have to have your gloves tied up. Uh-huh. So taking off a jumpsuit with the gloves on. So I might, maybe I'll cut the sleeves or something.
Okay. But are you going to get all greasy and oily or no?
Vaseline you got to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to do Vaseline everywhere. That's how the guys get cut. Because then, like, for example, you
just slides?
Yeah, it'll slide. They always do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it give you zits?
Yeah, that's why I'm sort of break.
You do this every time you box?
When I've been sparring. I've been sparring a lot.
Well, that's comforting.
I've been sparring, like, every day for the past, 3 weeks, but I've had a 3-day rest in preparation for the fight.
Okay. You're leaving for West Virginia today. We've got weigh-in tonight.
Yep, 6 p.m.
And the fight is at what time on Friday?
So I've actually had to stay up late to sort of get my clock.
Okay, get your clock right.
Yeah, get my clock right because the fight's probably going to occur between 11 and 12 p.m. 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. on Friday night. So, it's going to be a lot. I've been staying up late and sleeping late just to make sure that I'm not tired. Because there was a point where I was going to bed early, waking up earlier in the month when I was training at like 9 a.m. So I've actually had to switch my body.
Okay, let's go, Billy.
To get
I like
my clock
that. That's
right.
smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rough and Rowdy, you can buy it for the first time because we're not actually sure Jose Conseco will show up.
Yeah.
Which
I was also skeptical, but he's filled out all his paperwork, done all his medical
I'm
tests.
Still moderately skeptical.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the fight goes on sale Friday morning.
Oh, quick question. If he doesn't show up, do I technically win the fight?
I don't know. Well, I'll come back to you on that.
I
don't know. I don't know. Depends how many people buy the fight.
Because that means that I beat him in the mental game.
You did beat him in the mental game if he doesn't show up. Okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah. We'll come back to you on that. All right, Billy Football, thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me.
Best of luck. I'm in your corner.
Perfect.
And we'll talk about your life after your internship.
Awesome. We'll figure it out.
Thank
you so much.
Okay, bye.